Welcome to Talking Industrial Automation, a podcast where you get to know the people who make modern industrial automation possible. You'll get to hear from CSIA system integrators and industry partners to get a better understanding of how they help their clients solve process challenges and how they earn success in their careers. Along the way, we'll touch on system integration best practices, technology, trends, and challenges. Whether you are a manufacturer, end user, supplier, or system integrator, you will enjoy the insights CSIA members bring to this podcast. Let's get started. Hi, my name is Lisa Richter, and welcome to Talking Industrial Automation, a podcast where you get to know the people who make modern industrial automation and processing possible. In today's episode, we are doing something a little different because we want to make sure our listeners are aware of an upcoming event, CSIA's Executive Conference. Here today to get us up to speed on this important industry event is CSIA's CEO, Jose Rivera. Jose, thanks for joining us today. Why don't you start by explaining what the Executive Conference is?
The CSIA Executive Conference is the highlight of the professional year for the system integration industry. We normally have between 550 and 600 participants, mostly system integrators, but also partners that come to learn, to network, and have fun.
And when is it this year?
It will take place April 30th to May 3rd, 2019.
Great. And who should attend this event and why?
So the focus of CSIA is on the management of system integration companies. So anyone within the system integration company that deals with critical elements of the delivery of the system integration work, may that be in project management, may that be financial management, or the management level of the system integration companies. Those are the targeted participants from the system integration side. From the vendor partner side, those who deal with system integrators for the delivery of solutions to their industrial clients are the ones that are interfacing and should come to the event to continue building the relationship with system integrators.
Nice. What can attendees expect to learn at the event?
There are always elements that help system integrators build better companies. We always reference to our best practices manual, but we also look forward into the opportunities that are coming to the system integration community through Internet of Things, digital or smart manufacturing or Industry 4.0, whatever you want to call it. These are all new opportunities that will increase the opportunity for the business of the system integrators. And we always bring forward-looking presenters to talk about this. But there are plenty of presentations that are very practical, hands-on knowledge for system integrators. A lot is done by system integrators sharing their experiences and their successes with others.
Great. Can you give us some examples of some sessions that are planned for this year?
Sure. Every year we have an economic outlook, and Alan Bolio has been very often at our event, and he provides an outlook of the economy in the US, but also in the larger global stage. This will be very beneficial, in particular because we are having like a very special environment these days. But other presentations will be once our keynote closer will be one that talks about how he grew his company from a garage of operation into a multi-million-dollar company one. We also have the traditional hot stove where system integrators share their experiences, in particular those where they made a big mistake that cost their company significant resources. But all these stories at the hot stove end with a happy ending because these are lessons and they have made the company stronger by addressing those issues that led them to make those mistakes. And this is also an example about how our members are willing to share with others in the community to make the entire industry stronger and better.
Great. Can you also give us an idea of what might be new this year that you maybe haven't done in the past?
Yes. This year, we will dedicate a track to marketing. System integrators are very good technical people, but oftentimes they underestimate the importance of marketing. And in today's world, you just need to be visible. All these opportunities through digital marketing have not been fully exploited by most members. I'll say most because we have some leading members that are really taking advantage of it. But to improve the visibility of all of our members, we are dedicating a track to marketing. So that will be the full day on Thursday and a double session on Wednesday. So we would like to encourage system integrators to bring their marketing resources to this event. This will be a great opportunity to show them how you value them and also have them network and learn from this event such that they can apply their knowledge for the benefit of the system integration company.
Great. What are some of the more popular elements of the event and why?
System integrators really value having peers up on stage sharing experiences because this is the way they feel that the information is most relevant to them, having somebody else from their community sharing these experiences. They also value the fact that there are a lot of opportunities for them to network. So it's not just a sermon coming down, but there are panels, there are presentations with the opportunity to ask questions. And then there are a lot of opportunities to network. Will it be through the breaks? Will it be through the joint events like dinners? We have a gala dinner or all these other activities that allow them to interact throughout the event. We will also be at a very nice location. It's a resort up on the mountains. It's called the Omni Park Grove Inn. And that also creates the right environment for people to want to be close to each other and sharing experiences and networking.
So, and that space is in Asheville, right, North Carolina?
That is correct. And our association has always looked for ways to move the event throughout the country to have that also be an interesting experience. So Asheville is in the state of North Carolina, like you mentioned. And it's very interesting because our association is celebrating the 25th anniversary this year. And it was in 1994 where the first conference took place in Myrtle Beach, which is also in North Carolina. So in a way, we're doing a full loop to be back in the state of North Carolina to celebrate our 25th anniversary.
Perfect.
I will also say that Asheville, I also want to say that Asheville is a very hit place. Not everybody knows how cool of a location Asheville is. And this is one of the challenges for us is to communicate and share what a great location Asheville is. I went there myself at the end of last year. I've never been there before, I must admit. And it is really a very impressive and nice location. And I am sure that all the members will return after our event.
Awesome. So you touched on this a little bit, but could you expand on the networking opportunities that are available for attendees?
Yes. What I say is that when you are between Tuesday night all the way until Friday, sharing the same space, talking about the same challenges and opportunities, you have a lot of opportunities to network with other system integrators. We have system integrators from across the world, literally. And we also have vendor partners that come from either very specialized fields or from a broad supply scope for the automation industry. So there's a lot of opportunities to exchange experiences. I compare that a little bit to what a typical dentist is. If you are a dentist, where do you do your networking? Who do you ask for questions when you have to select and make critical decisions for your company? You will go to your peers. Most dentists have their own practice, so they don't have an easy way to reach to a colleague like a company employees that work for larger companies. So in the case of system integrators, mostly smaller companies, for them to really reach out to a network that understands them, that can provide valuable input, and that opportunity is provided at our conference.
Great. Is this an event that people tend to bring their families or their spouses? And if so, what activities are available for them?
So this event from the very beginning was highly encouraged for the participation of spouses. And I think this is part of the elements of success for this conference. So spouses are very welcome. And we have always had the opportunity to provide them with a program if they want to participate in it. I will also say that some spouses are co-managers of the business, of their system integration businesses, and some will be participating at our event. But those that are not linked to the business, we will have a plan to explore fun locations within Asheville, and then help us bring back to the events that are shared together, for example, the gala dinner on Thursday night. Nice. And the fun trips, optional trips on Friday afternoon.
Terrific. Is there anything else you want to mention that we haven't covered about this event?
That we have a very interesting expo taking place on Wednesday afternoon. It is a highly concentrated, we do that between 2.5 to 3 hours. Vendors have their pods. And this is not a typical trade show where the vendors come to try to sell you their equipment. It is a trade show expo, really, to develop the relationship. So we ask the vendors to leave their hardware at home and just come to the event. They'll have their pod, they'll have some literature to share, but it's mostly for developing the relationships. And that, I think, has been very successful for both the vendors and for the system integrators who want to know and want to work with people that they trust. And the opportunity of this expo is unique in that sense.
Nice. So where should people go for more information about this event, or maybe even to register?
Yes, I would go to our website, www.controlsys.org. This is the website of our association, and there will be a visible icon for the conference. And if they click on it, they will be guided through the whole process. There is all the information about the event and also the opportunity to register right there.
Awesome. Sounds like it's going to be a great event. Well, that's it for today's episode of Talking Industrial Automation. Thanks for listening, and thank you, Jose, for joining me today. If you enjoy this podcast, please subscribe in iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also help others find us by sharing your favorite episodes with colleagues. Thanks for listening to the Talking Industrial Automation podcast. Thanks also to bensound.com for the music bumpers. Until next time.